I now declare this event open. All have a brilliant weekend, and thank you very, very much to everybody, and thank you to yourself for attending.
Sardaidon trusted no one, except his 3 sons, Dmitri, Fyodor, and Ivan.
By the nation, hatred spreads like radiation. What can slow it?
With nothing being done by our nation.
I can promise you this is the world's only graphic novel set in Rochdale and on Mars.
I'm Simon Armitage, and I'm here at the festival in Rochdale to do a bit of a kind of retrospective, really, with poetry that I've made for media outside the published book. Well, I used to work here. I used to be a probation officer in Rochdale. It's so long ago now, and it feels almost alien to me. But I'm not sure that I've read poems here before or talked about my work. In fact, I'm not even sure that I've been back into Rochdale since I made a poetry film about it, and that was '92. I think everybody in life is looking to express themselves in some way, and some people do it, through the clothes they wear, or the job that they do, or the cars that they steal, or the music that they listen to. And we all want to tell the world what the world looks like to us. And for me, that happens through writing. I started reading poems at school when I was about 14 or 15, and going down to the library in Huddersfield. And I think I just knew straight away then that it was going to be a way of life for me. Reading, really, I think, rather than writing. And the writing just followed on afterwards.
The day before Amy Winehouse died. Historic crusade, no mercy inside.
Well, listen, miracles happen.
Near the stars, there was nothing but God, darkness, and some gas. The Bible says, "The Lord thy God is one."
My name's Leigh Hodgkinson, and I'm an illustrator, author of children's picture books, and I'm at Rochdale Library in the future, in an amazing building which is very shiny and glassy and perfect. And I've just done a workshop with lots of enthusiastic children making their own troll glove puppets. So yeah, lots of fun and mess. I think it's always a brilliant idea to have a festival bringing lots of different medias, like writing and dance and music and just lots of exciting cultural things together. So brilliant for Rochdale for pulling it off, and let's hope it continues every year and gets bigger and better. So it's a pretty good start, I think.
Straight up!
Or feel it's a load of old junk, think on. How did Noah get to Bury to buy maple wood for his bunk?
Poetic or not poems because they are written to be performed, or do we make exceptions for that? Do we say operas are not poetic because they are written to be performed, or do we make exceptions for that? And are we only drawing the line when it comes to quote-unquote popular?
My name is Akala, and I'm a hip-hop artist from London, and I'm here at Rochdale Literature Festival because I was talking and performing, and tomorrow I've got a workshop.
I am the rawest New York, the Paris, the fun now, I'm far too savage. I hit them with knowledge, cause when you're born it ain't the famous. You're playing the stereotype, so of course you're famous.
So today I participated on a panel talking about poetry and contemporary poetry and ideas about poetry. And then I performed, because my latest 2 albums, one was inspired by George Orwell's 1984, another one was inspired by The Devil on the Cross by Ngugi wa Thiong'o, so they had a very strong connection to literature. We're both concept albums, if you like, so I presented some of my thoughts about those books and then performed selected songs from each of those albums.
Were dreams housed, last plane, last flame, last sky, pieces on the way.
I've been making music professionally, quote unquote, for 10 years now, which does feel strange. And in fact, my first video was shot in December 2003, so we're not quite at 10 years, but we will be at 10 years. And my music's evolved how I've evolved as a person. Hopefully I've grown up a bit, I've become more mature, my experiences have changed, and I've tried to reflect that in my music. I think it's a bit fake when people try and still be who they were when they were 18, 19, 20. So hopefully my music, both musically and lyrically, the subject matter has evolved as I've evolved.
So with this being a literature festival, what literature has influenced you and how has it influenced you?
I mean, there's the obvious one with Shakespeare, because obviously I have a company called the Hip Hop Shakespeare Company. He's a lyricist that's been of influence on me. But then there's people like Saul Williams, Nas, KRS-One, Wu-Tang. Then who are all hip hop artists. Then there's more what we call traditional literature. People like Ngugi wa Thiong'o, people like Ayako Yama, people like George Orwell, Pablo Neruda, who's a great poet, Chilean poet. The list is endless. If I could give one piece of advice to people getting into writing and music, I would say read everything you can and listen to it as wide a range of music as you can.
Hello, my name's Gyles Brandreth and I'm in Rochdale. I'm excited to be here. My family comes from Lancashire. My grandfather lived in Accrington, knew Accrington before Accrington knew Stanley. And Rochdale I love coming to because every time I come, it's completely different. Completely and utterly different. But this time, it's more exciting than it has ever been. And I'm thrilled to be here at the first of these extraordinary festivals. This thing has been such a success, I know it's going to run, and my grandchildren will be coming to it. What I was attracted by is the fact that it's called the Rochdale Literature and Ideas Festival. I've been to literature festivals before, but ideas, and anyway, I thought this is an honour. Carol Ann Duffy, poet laureate, is going to be there. Simon Armitage, my favourite poet, is going to be there. All the people I love are going to be there. I must be there. So I'm returning to my roots. I've come to Rochdale and I'm thrilled to be here. Mark Twain said, somebody said to him, what's the secret of writing? And he simply said, application. Applying the seat of the pants to the seat of the chair. There is no other way of doing it. Begin at the beginning, but don't stop at the beginning. There's got to be a beginning, a middle, and an end. Often it's quite easy to make it into a circle. Maybe think of your story in a circular way. But begin at the beginning, go to the middle, get to the end, and just keep going. And on the whole, keep quiet about it until on the last page you will put the words, the end. Then you can feel good about it.
We're about to perform before Kevin Kennedy comes on today. I actually saw something on the TV and I like to think I can sing, but I can't really. I've done a bit of karaoke very badly, and I just wanted to be part of something better than night school because you've no pressure, you just turn up, you sing, feel good factor, just end up smiling, that's all.
I'm here at the Rochdale Festival of Literature and Ideas, and I'm about to give a talk on invention and how I go about coming up with ideas for products. And it's a little bit of a crossover, I think, from some of the literature and poetry in the festival. But I think it's the same kind of origins of, noticing things in the world around you and trying to capitalise on them. So I think there's a thread to it that links with other people's work, but it's probably a little bit different. The kind of thing that I do, I find it deeply satisfying to go from an idea or something imagined to something that's a physical object. There is nothing more satisfying than getting something out of your mind and creating it and sculpting it and getting it right, and then having somebody else use it, and find it useful. I find that a fantastic thing to be able to do, and I think that's probably the same if you're an artist, or if you write books or poems, to see the effects of your imagination on other people.
Steve Biko lay in shackles, though his hands and feet were swollen. In the close interrogation, he was beaten like the others.
I think he did. I think he got a point. He got a point. Should we give him a point? We'll give him a point. Okay, shall we give him 1 point? Just the 1 point. It's been officially vetoed. We'll stick with 1 point.
I'm James Nash, I'm a writer, I'm in Rochdale Central Library, and I've just read a selection of my poems backed up by instrumentalist Mick Davis.
Rough against his eyes, a darkening sleeve, flowers that he knew were loved, a bouquet he had gathered early, tied with binding string, and left there on the table before the day, left as a promise strong as any ring.
I've been in Rochdale quite a few times running workshops at the old Wheatsheaf Library, and I've read there as well about 3 years ago. I think when I was a kid I wanted to be either a teacher or a writer, because I loved the books that I read as a child. I loved Enid Blyton, I loved Swallows and Owls. I loved all of those books that kids love, and I thought, I wonder if I can write one of those books. And I kind of taught for a long, long time, and then when I retired from teaching 15 years ago, I started writing and writing and writing, and it was like 50 years of experience had been saved up for that.
Through the town of Hamlin, down, 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 on its way out to sea. I played 3 years with at Featherstone. He got selected as best forward, and we got offered a scholarship to New Zealand.
Okay, my name is Ikram Butt. My background is the first Asian stroke Muslim to represent England at Isla Coda Rugby, and I'm here today to be part of the Rochdale Literature and Ideas Festival. My slot this evening is guest speaker, to talk about my journey and my experience I've been involved in rugby and the extended work that I've been involved in.
All must be docile, kind, unfraught for one fruit. Pomegranate, lychee, nectarine, peach, the rhymeless orange. And if an opening bud was out of range, I'd jump from my ladder onto a branch and reach. So that was my working life as a bee, till my eyesight blurred. My hand was a trembling bird in the leaves, the bones of my fingers thinner than one's. And when they retired me, I had my wine from the silent vines, and I'd known love, and I'd saved some money, but I could not fly, and I made no honey.